Right guys, hi there, how are you doing? I'm Lance. I'm going to be introducing you to some Qi Gong. Particularly today we're going to focus on just 3 fundamental breathing techniques. The first breathing technique is what we call belly breathing. The second one is called reverse breathing. And the third one we call wave breathing. So just to give you a little bit of background, the belly breathing has always been understood as originating with the Buddhists, so it's also sometimes called Buddhist breathing, whereas your reverse breathing is called Taoist breathing, and your wave breathing tends to be a combination of the 2 breathing techniques. So I'm just going to cover a couple of just physical mechanics, and then I'll go into what we actually visualize with each breathing technique as we go along. So let's just get stuck straight in. I hope you guys are enjoying your quarantine and we're giving you some interesting things to do while you have the time and the energy to just focus on yourself and having a good time. So with Buddhist breathing or belly breathing, what we do physically, as far as the breathing is concerned, we are developing the lower part of the lungs and we are using the belly in order to breathe. So if you breathe out naturally, and as you breathe in, the belly expands like a balloon. The belly button pushes away from the belly button. Actually, what you want to do is as you breathe in, you push the belly button forwards and you push the kidneys backwards. This helps pull the diaphragm down and helps draw oxygen into the lower parts of the lungs. Really good for helping to strengthen the lower part of the lungs. And that's the first part. So let's just try that quickly for a couple of breaths and get the hang of that. So just take a deep, gentle breathe out. And then as you breathe in, if you want, you can actually place your hands on the belly and on the back. As you breathe in, push the kidneys and the belly button away from each other. As you breathe out, allow the belly button and the kidneys to move back towards each other. Let's do this for a couple of breaths. Breathing in, pushing the kidneys and the belly button away from each other. Holding the breath just for a few seconds and then breathing out as the belly button and the kidneys come back towards each other. Now keep doing that, and while you're doing that, I also want you to place your hands on your hips or on your love handles, and as you're pushing the belly button and the kidneys away from each other, I want you to try and push the sides of the belly outwards, also on the in-breath. So when you breathe in, just to exaggerate the movement, we breathe in. And you breathe out. Breathing in, expanding in all directions, outwards. Let's do 3 more of those. Now we're going to add one more element to the breathing technique, and that is we're going to start to contract the muscles between the pubic bone and the anus, what we call the perineum or the pelvic floor muscles. In Chinese we sometimes call this the tricky gait because it requires a little bit of concentration in the beginning to get used to, but once you get the hang of it, it becomes quite natural. And if you want to just try that, on the in-breath, relax the pelvic floor muscles. If you want, you can actually even push it downwards towards the ground. So you're almost expanding the balloon outwards and downwards at the same time. So try that as we breathe in. And as you breathe out, I want you to contract the pelvic floor. Just lightly contracting the anus and the muscles you use when you are weeing and you try and stop to wee. When you breathe in, expand the belly like a balloon in all directions, relaxing the pelvic floor muscles. And as you breathe out, feel all the sides of the balloon squeezing inwards, coming upwards as you contract and pull or contract the pelvic floor muscles. In yoga, they call those muscles the bandha or a bandha. It's one of the bandhas. Breathing in, we relax the pelvic floor. Let the belly expand in all directions at the same time on the in-breath. Try and breathe in fully, but very relaxed and soft, like a baby's breath. So don't force the breath. Don't try and make too much of a noise. Breathing in, expanding in all directions like a balloon. And as you're breathing out, allow the balloon to condense back towards the center, including the pelvic floor. We contract and pull it up towards the solar plex or towards the diaphragm. Keep breathing like that now, just to get used to the mechanics. We're going to do that maybe for about 9 breaths or so. And then I'm going to add a visualization to the technique. At any point, if you want to place your hands in front and behind the belly or on the sides of the belly, please feel free to do that. And just keep breathing as fully as you can. The lungs, the upper chest does not fill up. It's mostly all happening in the lower belly at this point. Try not strain, so you breathe fully, but don't strain the breath. The breath needs to still be relaxed, full, complete, but soft like a baby's breath. If you watch a baby when it's just born, and as it breathes, you'll see the belly really expands and condenses. So you want to keep that in mind. And also the breath as you're breathing in and out is almost like waves, brushing up onto a shore, and then brushing back into the ocean. Hands can be on the knees, hands can be clasped or placed on the belly, just to help you get used to the breathing. And always maintain a gentle smile on the face. Bring your awareness down into the belly. And now we're going to start adding a visualization to the picture. If you want to open your eyes while you keep breathing, what we're going to do is we're going to imagine that there is a little funnel entering in through the top of the head. If you want, you can even tap the top of your head. And just smile at the upper energy center or crown chakra. And tap that for a while you're breathing. And then as you let it go, imagine that there's a straw. And as you breathe in, you want to draw down a luminous golden or white light down into the belly. And on the in-breath, you imagine that the belly is filling up with this luminous white or yellow golden chi. On the out-breath, as you're breathing out, you're lightly contracting your stomach muscles, the kidney muscles and the love handle muscles in. You're squeezing or condensing this luminous mist into what we call a pearl of light, about the size of a ping pong ball or even a bouncing ball, but you want to condense it so the out-breath is long and slow and very, very intentional and mindful. When you breathe in, you're going to imagine that you're breathing in through the crown of the head all the way down into the belly. The belly is filling up with this luminous smoke or mist or chi. And then on the out-breath, you want to condense the chi into this concentrated ball of light. And we're going to do this for a couple of minutes. If you want to use a hand motion, which is also I find very helpful, on the in-breath I like to turn the hands and expand them. And then on the out-breath, condensing, condensing, condensing. Let your smile grow bigger, 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 bigger. Let that condensed pearl of light get brighter, brighter, brighter. And hold it at the center of the belly until you breathe in again. Breathing in, down through the straw, through the crown of the head, through the neck, through the chest, down what we call the thrusting channel or the energy center line. We expand the belly, breathing the chi in. And then as we breathe out, condensing the chi. Contracting the pelvic floor muscles on the out breath. On the in breath, expanding the balloon in the belly, drawing the chi in. And condensing. Now that we've got the idea, breathing in. Condensing. On the out breath. Try and keep the body as relaxed as possible. Once you've got the hang of it, you can clasp your hands and just carry on using the visualization and the physical breathing technique. We breathe in, expanding the balloon in the belly, drawing in the chi through the crown of the head all the way down to the belly. And then on the out breath, as we condense the chi into the very center, the very heart of what we call the lower dantian or the lower elixir field in the belly, we increase, we turn up our smile all the way up to about 80-85%. Feel it radiating as it concentrates out into the universe. And then as you breathe in, drawing more chi down into the belly. Gently smiling as you breathe in. As you're breathing out, really bring all your awareness into the center of the navel, condensing the chi by focusing your mind, your attention, your feelings, and smiling into the very heart of the belly. Every now and again, just check in with the body, relax the legs, relax the shoulders down and away from the ears, relax the jaw bones. Just a very gentle tensing of the stomach muscles as you're breathing out. As you're breathing in, you relax, breathing in, chi comes down. Qi condenses. Big smile as you breathe all the air out the lungs. Breathing in. Breathing out, we contract the pelvic floor muscles, condensing the chi, contracting the stomach muscles and the kidney muscles. Breathing in. Follow the chi all the way down the energy center line. Let the belly fill up like a huge cavern or chamber. And then breathing out. Breathing in. Chi coming down, filling the belly. And as you're breathing out, condensing the chi. Take note of any subtle sensations happening in the body as you're doing this. Eyes can be open or closed. Some people find it easier to concentrate with the eyes closed or at least semi-closed. In time you can do this breathing technique with the eyes open as well. Try and relax as you breathe out. The only muscles you're tensing are the stomach muscles. Breathing in. The breathing in is very natural, filling the belly. As you're breathing out, long, slow, gentle, smooth breath. The out breath is longer than the in breath. We really focus the attention into the navel to help store and collect the chi in the belly and the lower dantian. Breathing in. Don't forget to smile as you breathe out. Happy chi, charging your chi with good feeling. Let's do 6 more breaths. Breathing in. Breathing out. Following your own rhythm. You don't have to follow my rhythm as long as you've got the idea. Breathing in. Following the chi through the energy center line from crown to belly. As you're breathing out, condensing that luminous light into a pearl of concentrated chi radiating out into the universe. So it's getting brighter, brighter, brighter as you turn up your smile. Breathing out. Let's do 2 more breaths. In. And breathing out, condensing, condensing, turning up your smile, seeing the chi getting brighter, brighter, brighter as you condense it into a little ping pong ball or bouncing ball or pearl of light. And last breath. Condensing, condensing as you breathe out. Let your smile grow bigger, bigger, bigger. And then as you breathe out, just raise your hands. Let's gather the Qi. Just breathing normally now. And breathing out. Let the hands float down. Feel a wave moving from the head down through the body. And gently let the hands touch the knees. We're going to do that 3 times. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. And breathing out. Placing the hands over the belly, we're going to rub it. We're going to move the hands to the left, down, to the right, up. And just rubbing the belly to the left, down, to the right, up. As if you've eaten a big, satisfying Qi meal. Smiling to the belly, rubbing your Buddha belly. Feel that the Qi is spiraling and turning, or it's like you're stirring a pot of soup or stew. All the different energies from the different organs, all mixing together to make this beautiful sauce of Qi. We call it Jing or essence. Jing later on we convert to Qi and then to Shen. And allow the hands to come and rest either over the navel or just below the navel, 3 fingers below the navel. And just take a moment to drop the mind out of the head again, through the chest, and rest in the belly. Breathing completely naturally, let go of the breath. And if you want, you can just imagine a ball of light pulsing. On the in-breath, expanding and condensing. It's almost as if the Qi, the heart of the lower dantian, the Qi in the lower dantian is breathing with your breath, naturally synchronized. Big smile on your face. And then when you're ready to engage again, just bring the hands to the knees, open your eyes. So this is a really fantastic breathing technique to help convert, all our life force is developed in the belly. We convert our food, the liquids that we drink, the oxygen that we breathe, all combine to release ATP, which then combusts into electromagnetic energy that runs through the body. And really, this is a really fantastic, these 3 breathing techniques are really fantastic for charging your biological battery and just re-energizing your entire energy system. And being able to do this breathing technique for just a few minutes is fantastic. If you can do it for 15 minutes, even better. The minute you start doing this technique for anything from half an hour to an hour, you will really start to feel the Qi, especially if you really concentrate your efforts and really focus your attention. You'll feel amazing benefits thereafter. So now we're going to move on to the second breathing technique, which we call reverse breathing. Okay, so let's just, at the same way, we're going to first discuss the physical mechanics of reverse breathing, and then I'm going to give you the visualization that we add to it. So we're going to still use the belly once again, except in reverse breathing, what we're going to do on the in-breath, instead of pushing the belly outwards, we're going to suck the belly button in, and we're going to expand the chest. So let's just try that a few times. When you breathe in, draw the stomach in, and really expand the chest outwards, taking the chest, the heart point, and the wing point between the shoulder blades and pushing them away from each other on the in-breath. So you can place your hands on your belly, breathing in, expand the chest, pull in the belly. When you breathe out, relax the chest. You'll find the belly will naturally move outwards. The chest will naturally sink inwards. It's called sang, or to sink in. As you breathe in, pull in the belly, sucking it in. This helps to develop and strengthen the upper parts of the lungs. These breathing techniques are also really good if you struggle with things like asthma or shortness of breath. By practicing these breathing techniques, you can very often manage or even sometimes heal breathing issues. Remember to stay completely relaxed. Relax the shoulders, the jawbones, relax the legs. Every time you breathe out, try and relax the body. Let go of any stress or tension in the body. Here, the in-breath is very mindful and a little bit longer than the out-breath. So as you breathe in, really mindfully, slowly breathe in, draw the stomach in, and increase your smile. As you breathe out, relax your smile, relax the chest, relax the belly will expand outwards. Now, while you're breathing like that, on the in-breath, we're going to contract the pelvic floor muscles, or the PC muscles, or the lower bandha. So as you breathe in, I want you to contract, pull the stomach in and contract and pull up, tense the anus muscles, tense the pelvic floor muscles on the in-breath. On the in-breath, breathing in, contract, drawing the pelvic floor upwards towards the solar plex and the diaphragm. On the out-breath, you completely relax the pelvic floor, relax the belly, the chest will sink in, sun. Breathing in, we draw the belly in, gently begin to pull up on the perineum. And breathe out, relax. Breathing in. Remember to relax the shoulders and the muscles that are not being used as you breathe out. Breathing in, try and not tense up the shoulders, keep them relaxed as you breathe in as well. The breath needs to be soft, light but full. And again, just maintain the image of the waves. As you breathe and pull the stomach in, imagine the waves coming onto the shore of the ocean, or out of the ocean onto the beach. As you breathe out, imagine the wave sinking back into the ocean. Breathing in. As we breathe out, the belly expands. As you breathe in, feel the belly and the pelvic floor being drawn in to the center of the circle. Now, maintaining that breath, what we're going to do here, as we breathe in, what we're going to do is we're going to imagine that we're drawing Qi into the upper dantian, and we're going to condense the Qi into a pearl of light in the head. And then as we breathe out, we're going to mentally swallow the Qi on the out breath and follow it down into the belly and let it rest there. So as we breathe in, we're going to suck in the belly, pull up the pelvic floor muscles, but we're going to imagine the Qi. Imagine there's a halo around your head. or of golden or white chi, and as you breathe in, condense it. Turn up your smile until you form a pearl of light at the very center of the head. And then as you breathe out, mentally swallow the chi down into the belly. Breathing in, we condense the chi right into the center of the head on the in-breath. Mentally, as you breathe out, swallow the chi down through the neck, through the chest, down, and let that pearl of light come to sit at the very center or heart of the lower belly or the lower dantian. Breathing in, drawing the chi in from the universe into the center of the head. As you breathe out, sinking the chi down. Relaxing the belly. Breathing in, we draw the chi in. As you breathe out, follow the chi down. The hand movements are really just there as a focusing, to help you focus. If you find that they are useful, use them in the beginning, but later on we just use the imagination to draw the chi in. Using reverse breathing. Breathing out. Follow this bright white or golden ball, pearl of light down into the belly. Let it rest there in the belly, breathing in. Let the pearl move down the energy center line or thrusting channel, which runs right down like a straw down the center of the body, right down into the belly, breathing in. Drawing the belly in, pulling up on the pelvic floor muscles. Big smile. Hold your breath just for a brief moment, and then as you breathe out, swallow the chi down the energy center line. Okay, keep practicing that, keep going with the breath to your own rhythm. If the breath becomes strain or you find it difficult, at any point just stop and breathe, take a couple of normal breaths and then resume the breathing technique again. Never ever keep breathing and allow the body or the mind to become completely uncomfortable. Rather just take a few normal natural breaths and then start again. Breathing in, drawing the chi into the center of the upper dantian, creating a pearl of light. And mentally swallow it, follow it down with your mind, with your awareness, with your focus and concentration. Breathing in. Not only does this help to open up the thrusting channel, the energy center line, which connects to the physical vagus nerve between the brain, the upper brain and the gut brain. It also really helps the flow of chi, the flow of information between the two energy centers. Don't forget to smile and have fun. Play with the technique. Don't take yourself too seriously. You may find with these techniques that you burp a lot. You may even find yourself passing wind out the other end. That's quite natural and actually very good for you. We call it releasing evil winds. I'm sure some of you might giggle at that term. Okay, let's just take 6 more breaths like that. Breathing in, drawing the Qi into the heart of the upper dantian. Relaxing the shoulders. As you breathe out, mentally swallow the Qi down to the belly. Remember, the breathing needs to be very relaxed. You don't want to be straining or pushing yourself. Keep it light, full, and soft like a baby's breath. Use the breath to help draw the Qi down. Imagine gravity pulling it down as you mentally swallow the Qi. It's like you're having an energetic meal. And last breath, take a deep breath in. Now we're going to use the palms, what we call the Gong points in the hands. We're going to gently just gather the Qi, very natural breathing. We're going to breathe in. And bring the Qi down. Feel a wave running from the crown of the head through the body, any excess Qi running out the feet into the ground. You're going to do that 3 times. First time, breathing in. Breathing out. Just natural breathing now. Let the hands brush the knees just to help ground yourself, breathing in. Also to help the Qi flow down, any excess Qi flow down into the ground, you can become aware of your feet and their contact with the ground. And one more time, deep breath in. As you breathe out, just like a waterfall, let the Qi flow through you, washing you clean. Placing the hands over the belly, we're going to begin to just rub the belly from the right up to the left down. That's in the direction of your digestion. And as we rub the belly, just imagine you've eaten a big, satisfying, energetic Qi meal. Smile to the Qi, charging it with good intentions, good feeling. Any excess Qi can also flow into different parts of the body that lack enough Qi. What we call intending or willing the Qi. We can will the Qi to the immune system, into the blood, into the bones. If you've got any physical ailments, you can just send the Qi to those areas and just storing the leftover Qi in the belly. And just take a rest for a moment. Okay, we've got one more technique that I'd like to cover, which is called wave breathing, which may seem a little bit more tricky, but not necessarily. If you've got the hang of the first two and you practice those, then this becomes quite easy. What you need to remember here is the pelvic floor you want to tense at the beginning, at the end of the in and out breath. So as I breathe in, before I start breathing in, I lightly contract. And then as I relax the pelvic floor, I'll breathe in. Then I will contract it again. And then as I breathe out, I will contract the pelvic floor muscles. Now what we're going to do with the belly and the chest, if you place one hand on the belly, one hand on the chest, when you breathe in, first we're going to expand the belly on the in-breath. And then we will carry on breathing in and expand the chest. You'll find the belly will actually move out and then it'll begin to move in like a wave. So we breathe in. Keep breathing in. The belly will actually come in slightly. And then when you breathe out, the chest will sink inwards and the belly will come out. And then if you keep breathing out, the belly will then eventually condense back in, and it'll create almost like a wave motion from the belly to the chest and from the chest to the belly. So let's try that again, breathing in. This is also known as a complete yogi breath. If you are someone who practices yoga, when you breathe out, the chest will sink in, the ribs will sink in, the belly will sink in. Breathe in, belly expands, ribs expand, chest expands. As you breathe out, we relax the chest, the ribs and the belly will come out, and then if you keep breathing out, the belly will go in. Now while you're doing that, let's just get the rhythm of that, and then we'll tie the pelvic floor into that. So breathing in, feel the wave. First the belly expands, then the chest expands. As you breathe out, the chest will sink in, and then the belly will sink inwards. Don't forget to smile. Breathing in, belly expands, chest expands, and as you breathe out, chest sinks in, belly sinks in. Now if you find the pelvic floor muscles are too hard to coordinate, then just do the breathing. But if you have or you'd like to challenge yourselves a little bit, breathe your air out, lightly contract the pelvic floor muscle. Then as you relax the pelvic floor muscle, begin to breathe in, wave breathing. Towards the end of the in-breath, begin to contract the pelvic floor again. And then as you relax the pelvic floor, begin to breathe out as you begin to breathe out. As you end the out-breath, contract the pelvic floor, PC muscles, the perineum muscles. Relax the perineum, breathing in. Belly expands, chest expands. At the end of the in-breath, contract the pelvic floor muscles. As you breathe out, relax them. As you begin to breathe out, let's just practice that for a couple of breaths. Breathing in, feel the wave, first the belly, then the chest. As you breathe out, feel the chest and then the belly go in. Each time contracting the pelvic floor muscles at the end of the in-breath and the beginning of the in-breath, and then the end of the out-breath and the end of the in-breath. We don't contract the pelvic floor too hard, literally 10, not more than 20% strength. So we don't want to really tense it too hard. You just want to do a gentle contraction of the anus muscle and pelvic floor muscles. Remember, keep the body as relaxed as possible. Shoulders relaxed, jaws relaxed. Breathing in. Relax the pelvic floor muscles. Now we're going to add the visualization to it. What we're going to do is we're going to bring the mind on the in-breath. We're going to allow the mind to rise up into the center of the upper dantian on the in-breath, condensing the chi there. And then as we breathe out, we're going to follow the little marble or pearl of light down to the belly. As we breathe out. As we breathe in, we're going to follow the pearl of light up into the head. As we breathe out, we're going to follow the pearl down, mentally swallowing it down into the belly. As we breathe in, we follow the little pearl of light as it rises up. Hold it there for just a brief second, and then as you breathe out, wave breathing, allow the little pearl of light, like a bright light of diamond, sinking down into the belly. We mentally swallow it. We're going to do that just for a number of breaths, smiling between the belly and between the head. Remember to smile as the pearl of light reaches the head. As you breathe out, remember to smile, increase your smile to about 80% as the pearl of light reaches the heart of the belly. As you breathe in, you can relax your smile, and as it reaches the heart of the upper dantian, which resides in the head, turn your smile up again as you contract the pelvic floor muscle. As you breathe out, a few more breaths, 3 more breaths. Breathing in, one more time, breathing in, resume normal breathing. Let's just gather the chi, keeping your mind in the belly now. And as you breathe out, just allow the chi to flow from the crown of the head down through the body. As you relax, just let any excess chi run through the feet into the ground. Lightly brush the knees, breathing in. And breathing out. And last breath, breathing in. big smile as you place the hands over the belly and just begin to rub the belly. Again, swallow your saliva just to help bring the chi down into the belly, stirring the chi in the lower dantian, like you're stirring a big cauldron or a stew pot or a poiki pot, since we're in South Africa. Just allowing all the different energies to blend and form this amazing mixture or elixir field, elixir energy that can nourish you for the balance of the day. Great, guys. Thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed that, and we will see you shortly with some future exercises.